waste time on this. No, leave it the way it is. I know, I've got the link here with me.
Hello. Welcome everyone to one of the most exciting streams on ChessBase India. One of those that I eagerly wait for, because here is where we not only get to play against a wonderful chess player, that is you get to play, but also I get to learn a lot from this stream and become a stronger chess player. So we have had many Blitz challenges in the past. We have had with Gukesh, Inian, Anna Muzichuk and Elizabeth Pates. And this one is with India's latest Grandmaster, the 67th GM of India, Leon Mendonca. You know, many of you said, wow, it would be so nice to play against him. And so this is your chance to play with him. There is the link in the description, Blitz Challenge Room. So you can be there, and Leon will accept all challenges of 3+2. So while you do that, and you need to be a premium member of ChessBase account. So while you get around to that, let me invite Leon and have a few words with him. Hello, Leon. Oh, Lyndon is also here. Welcome. Hi.
Hi, Sagar.
Hi, Sagar. Thank you very much for inviting us.
Well, it's amazing that you guys found time to do this in your European trip, because I believe that you are right now in one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Yes, of course. Venice most definitely is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And yesterday, fortunately, we got an opportunity to go out. So it's just a 10-minute walk from here. So with the sun out and a beautiful day, we could not miss this opportunity. So we went to Piazza San Marco and we just sat there and just had a beautiful day out yesterday.
Guys, guess what is Leon doing in Venice? You know, is he going to San Marco? Is he eating those pizzas? Is he taking the gondola ride? Or is he solving chess positions? Leon, are you enjoying yourself or still immersed in chess?
Trying to do both, actually.
They are not exclusive, yeah? They are together. You are enjoying with chess.
Yeah.
Sagar, the weather here is not very predictable. It keeps changing every hour. So the moment we look out, if it's a good day, we look at the opportunity to go out, because normally he's engrossed with his chess and his studies and other stuff. So now it's just a small break after he gets his title. You know, I want him to even explore, look out, and Venice is one opportunity in a lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is such a beautiful place, and as you said, right now it's deserted. Very few people there, which is very rare, because usually when you go to Venice, it's like crowded with people. Even those little lanes, you have to like wait for someone to pass, and you can go through this.
Absolutely. Actually, you can explore the real charm of Venice now when in these Corona times, when it is deserted, because you know you can see the natural beauty of this place. So it was amazing yesterday, just going out and eating some gelato and trying out some of even this Airbnb host where we live here right now. He is also a big chess enthusiast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only after coming here we discovered. Tomorrow he's going to buy a chessboard because he wants to play with Leon. He's very anxious to play with Leon. And yesterday he invited us to a meal here. It was a pasta, authentic 100% Italian seafood pasta.
Oh.
You know, pasta marinara. So with crabs and prawns and all that, we were very much at home yesterday.
Amazing. By the way, Frederick is saying, but the streets are flooded, no? He's in the chat.
No, absolutely no.
Okay.
In fact, Venice, we were like, you know, there was hardly anyone visible. And yesterday was a Saturday. It was like absolutely deserted.
Brilliant. So, you know, what you can do is whenever you stay at Airbnb at a chess enthusiast place, I had done this once. I was in Prague and there was a chess enthusiast, and I said, how do I reach the airport? And you know, the travel was quite expensive and all. So I said, I'll give you a free lesson. Can you drop me to the airport? So you can, because you know, chess training from a grandmaster is very expensive, Leon. So if you teach him something, some trap in the London, you can always ask him, okay, why don't you drop me here or a free meal? Or okay, so this is going to be cool. And Leon, you will be taking on today some of the most talented members of ChessBase and ChessBase India, and they'll be fighting against you. Are you excited or nervous?
No, I'm just gonna play as usual.
You're going to enjoy.
Blitz. Yeah.
And it's like also a learning experience for you. Yeah, you will get some new ideas and something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So guys, let's come to the Blitz challenge room, which is there on Play Chess. There's this link in the description. We have are we in the right room? I don't know. One second. I think there is another room where there are more players. Yeah. We are in the right room. Yeah, 20. So cool. Leon, I think you need to go to the Blitz Plus challenge room.
Okay.
By the way, Lyndon
Blitz.
has left. By the way, thank you, Lyndon, for being here. I'll invite him at the end of the stream as well. When maybe Frederick will join us if he's free. Then it would be very nice to have all of you here.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we begin, Leon? Who are you planning to take the first challenge from? Guys, all those who want to play against Leon, you need to become a premium member. But at the same time, if you are one, send him a challenge of 3 minutes plus 2 seconds increment. I'll be commentating on the games and you can learn from this experience.
Where do I get the challenges? Below over here in this left hand side box?
Yeah, below.
And how do I know who is premium and all?
You need to just click on, like for example, on the bottom there is this box. Yeah, there you will get some 3+2 challenges. You can click on a name and then you can just check if they are there's a star next to them at the top.
Okay, I have accepted somebody's challenge.
By the way, Leon's ID is LLM. Sorry, what is it?
LLM 67.
Okay, LLM 67, and Leon has accepted. Leon, you can mute yourself now, and I'm going to follow you. Let's see. He is. Oh, the game has begun, and he is playing against Kramnik student. Leon is playing with the black pieces here. And Leon is thinking about his move here. Should he play the Najdorf? Should he play the dragon? Oh, a few moves have been played. Just a second. Oh, he plays his Najdorf, guys. Leon is a big Najdorf expert. And Kramnik student is a regular viewer of ChessBase India. And he has played his knight to d5. Very interesting. He first took on f6 and then he's put his knight on d5. Castles. Okay, I guess black will also castle. So Leon is ready that if the knight takes on f6, he will recapture back with his knight. c4. Look at this. What white is doing. White wants to get his rook to d1 and put more pressure, but Leon is very quick. He plays his knight to f6 and now the knights are exchanged. Rook comes and attacks d6. I think Leon will just play bishop e7. You get a very interesting imbalance, guys. Black has 2 bishops. White has a bishop and knight. The bishop on e7 can be considered to be a slightly inferior bishop. But I think Leon has a nice position. Queen to e3. He plays queen to c7. Black will be angling for f5 break at the right moment. But first he stops any advance with the c pawn. Right now c5 is not possible because rook is now on c8. King h1. Ooh, what is that move? I think white wants to go f4. But Leon just plays g6. So can white go f4 now? I think Leon would just take, okay, and now take queen takes. If Leon can get his bishop to e5, if this bishop sits here, it would be a monster, but not so easy. Rook e8. I think he's just making way for his bishop to go to f8 to g7. Kramnik student is playing very well, guys. Kramnik student is fighting hard. Bishop to f8. And now can you take on e6? Because if rook takes e6, there is bishop g4. Skewering the two rooks. And if you take on e6, pawn takes. Yeah, it seems okay. I guess that should be fine. b3. How about rook c d8? I think he will bring his rook here and then bishop g7 to e5. That would be very nice. Yes, he's done it. He's done it, guys. Bishop g4. That is tricky. I think we can take bg7 and bishop e5. So Leon has finally got his bishop here where he wants. It would be on a beautiful square on e5. Knight to f3. Kramnik student says, I don't want your bishop to come to e5. The game is heating up. The game is heating up. 1 minute 50 seconds for Leon. 2 minutes 17 seconds for Kramnik student. And e4 pawn is also weak. Rook e1. Oh, if you have to play that passively, that is not a good idea. And now Leon mounting on the e4 pawn. It's a very good question to ask which pawn is weaker, e4 or d6. Right now, e4 is the one that is being put under tremendous pressure. f5. Wow, Leon has now won this pawn. You cannot take it because e7 is hanging. And now just rook takes e4. I think that should be good. I think Leon is thinking, should I take with the pawn? Oh, he takes with the pawn. Did he take with the pawn here? I guess he just took with the pawn. Or maybe there are some moves that have been played. Just a second. Yeah, he took with the pawn. He thought for 30 seconds before taking with the pawn. He didn't make that decision lightly. I think he was thinking what to do to knight g5 and he had bishop f6 prepared. Very cool, very cool. Rook to f1 attacking the bishop. There's still some pressure, although black is clearly better, and Leon exchanges the minor pieces, going into a major piece endgame now. As Alekhine would say, this is the fourth phase of the game. It's not a middle game, it's not an end game, it's somewhere in between. And going into a rook endgame. That is bold. That is bold. I know it would be a good position for black. Oh, and Kramnik student says no queen exchange yet. No queen exchange. And he has a deadly threat of rook f2, which Leon has stopped. h3. Calm. Queen e5 has been played. And rook to f3 may be planning to take on e3. But check. Okay. Converting this is not an easy job. And Leon is down to 1 minute. Guys, he is a grandmaster. But you see, in chess, if you play well, anyone can give a tough fight. Here I believe that a queen exchange should be okay for white, because the pawn on e3 is firmly blockaded. Queen to d4 has been played. There's some music being played in the background below my house. I hope I don't get some copyright claim. They're playing all sorts of Bollywood music. Do you think Leon will convert this? Because he is definitely under some pressure here. Queen g5 in order to win. Oh, and he's blundered a rook. Oh my god. Kramnik student, just when it seemed like things were getting interesting, he's blundered a rook here. Queen d1, and Leon has won the game. Beautifully played. Leon, how was it?
It was a decent game.
It was a decent game. Let's quickly have a look at this game and try to understand as to where Kramnik student, how did he play according to you?
The opening was fine, but okay, we'll go through the game.
Let's go through the game. So you played your favorite Najdorf.
Yeah.
if someone wants to learn the Najdorf, Leon, what would you recommend them to do? Because I know you are a very good expert in the Najdorf.
First, I think I should try to see the games of the experts in the opening. Like in Najdorf, for example, Boris Gelfand is the expert. Kasparov also has played it a few times. So just any opening first, you must see who's the expert in the line and first study their games. Then maybe you can go to see the concrete lines and all that stuff.
Ah, okay. So basically, studying games of Gelfand, Kasparov, maybe even Fischer can be a good idea. These are all experts of the opening. And guys, I want to tell you, when Leon became a grandmaster, Boris Gelfand complimented Leon on his Najdorf games. He said, I like how Leon plays the Najdorf. So it's so cool that the player whom Leon idolizes as a Najdorf player told him that you played very well. So it's a pleasure.
I was also fortunate enough to learn the Najdorf from Gelfand, sir.
Because of the Microsense Kramnik Gelfand camp in Chennai. And also, I think Gelfand covered the Najdorf. So he taught this to Leon and all other youngsters. Bishop g5, bishop e6. What is this taking on f6? Why does white do that?
I don't think it's the main variation, but white is basically trying to gain control over the d5 square. So by exchanging the knight off, you get more grip over the d5 square.
More grip on the d5 square. So he put the knight here. You played knight d7. It is around an equalish position, right?
Yeah, but I prefer black.
Why?
Maybe because I've played knight off more, but I simply prefer black. Like I don't like this bishop on e2 very much at the moment, and I like black's prospects of the future.
Okay, got it. So c4, bishop
c4. I don't think this is a good idea because this white bishop is not good, and I don't think c4 helps.
So maybe bishop c4 could be, but then you go rook c8 perhaps.
Bishop c, maybe queen d2 instead. Queen d2 and rook
d1 is a better idea. Okay, he went c4, and now Leon went bishop e7 with the idea of knight f6.
Yes.
So
that's
queen
finally
d2,
the plan.
He played here. He took, pawn takes, rook d1, and I like how you just came back. And many would argue that your bishop here is a bad bishop. What do you have to say for that?
First of all, it's protecting the d6 pawn, and also white has a bad bishop and a misplaced knight. So it's fine if I have one bad piece.
And that bishop, by the way, in the end became a monster. So king h1, g6. What is the point of this move? I was thinking you will go f5 directly. Is that not good?
Yeah, but I wanted to see what white's plan is. Then for g6 is some kind of improving move. So I decided to play
I like this. By the way, guys, this is Leon's style. Yeah, he plays certain moves where he throws the ball into the opponent's court, and he's like, make your move. I'll see what I want to do. And there, white played f4. I think a logical active try by white.
Actually, I was a little surprised by this because now my bishop on e7 will become very strong, even if I have to sacrifice the d6 pawn.
Right. True. So he shouldn't have gone for this. That's what you say?
Yeah, but I don't know. Some maybe improving move like g3. I'm not sure what. Rook d2.
Yeah, for him also, it's not so easy to improve. So f4 takes, queen takes, rook e8, and I like your plan of bringing your bishop this way. Knight to d4, bishop
but
f8.
I'm not sure I played very accurately here, but the plan was correct because now bishop f8, I think white should have played knight takes e6.
Yes, you can't take with the rook because there is bishop g4, which creates a mess. So fe6, and should be okay for white here. I think this was the best.
Yeah, bishop g4, and somehow try to stop black from playing bishop g7.
Yeah, because this is hanging and you can't really put this very quickly. And if rook d8,
then some c5 will happen, I think.
Yeah. So have to be careful.
Shaky.
Right. So he played b3, and now you got it. Here takes bishop, and look at this bishop, all happy, smiling, will sit on e5 like a monster. Queen to c6, rook e1, and you really now turn the screws on. You won a pawn. And I think the rest wasn't so difficult, correct, Leon?
Yeah, it wasn't so difficult. Here, white, I think, should have gone into the endgame because
Yes,
my
that's
queen
what I
there's no
thought.
real there's no real attacking prospects. Yeah, and somehow try to defend this, bring the king.
But
It's really difficult.
it would be very difficult, yeah, to hold against
Yeah.
you. Or in general,
Yeah.
it's not so easy. Okay, queen h6, e3, h3, queen to e5, gave a check, came back, queen d4, and now, this is the thing. Look at this smart move by Leon. Yeah, he could have directly played queen d4, but he's like, show the man who's in charge. First check, come back, then go here. It helps. It helps. Sometimes it confuses the opponent.
Actually, this thing only maybe helps in classical games, but I've already got that habit, so I'm doing it.
It's a good habit. It's a good habit. Soviets used to do, Russians used to do a lot, and now E2 hangs. So that is game over. Well played, Leon, and well played, Kramnik student. You gave a tough fight to Leon in the first game. By the way, Leon, before we move to the second game, I want to tell the viewers that he is a brilliant mimicry artist. Okay, Leon does excellent mimicry. So your task here is Leon is going to do someone's mimicry, and you have to guess who that person is. Okay, so Leon,
Yeah,
I also
that's
don't know. I'm also going to guess it.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
No, actually, because I've done it. I've done this before for you.
Okay, so I'll just not say. I'll wait for the people to.
Okay,
By
and
the way,
somebody.
Kramnik student in the chat says, I saw Queen D1 and then forgot. Okay, never mind. Well tried. Well tried.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do the mimicry.
Yes.
Okay, but somebody else in the chat also knows. So yeah.
Who?
I can't say it because that's the game, right?
Okay.
Okay, so this was in the. Okay, if I say it, then maybe you'll get a clue. So I'll just tell you that somebody was telling us a story in the camp. Okay. So this is his story. I'll do it in his voice now. When Vishy came to my house for the first time, he was a young guy. He came and everybody loved him. He came to Hamburg and he's such a wonderful guy. Used to play with Tommy and Martin. Everybody loved him. Let him stay a longer while. He's such a good guy. So everybody enjoyed him the whole day. And finally it was dinner time and my wife laid out the table and we were all ready to eat. And finally Vishy came and said, oh, I can't eat this. I can't eat that. Oh, I can't eat eggs. I can't eat meat also. And then finally everybody got fed up. And I said, Vishy, why don't you go outside and graze in the grass?
Why don't you go outside and graze? Oh, and people in the chat have got it right. They are saying Frederick Friedel. And
That's true.
That is the right answer. When Vishy was 16 or maybe
17, something like that.
17 years old, he went to Hamburg and stayed at Frederick's place. And this is a very famous story where Frederick was not aware that he was a vegetarian at that point. And he narrates this so well. And Leon has done a commendable job. I have to ask Frederick in the chat if Leon did a good job or not. But I enjoyed it tremendously. Great work, Leon.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to the next game, Leon, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me know whom you are playing this time.
Oh.
No, you can choose. I mean, you can start. There are several premium members there. You can choose anyone.
Okay, I take somebody.
Okay. But by the way, guys, Leon's ID is LLM.
Okay, I'll mute myself now.
Yes, please do. Okay, so Leon is playing this time with the white pieces and his opponent is Archit Sehgal. Here, I'm going to bring on the board here. There you have it. Leon is white and he opened the game with knight f3, d5, b3. Wow, b3. c5, e3, knight f6, bishop b2, bg4, h3, bishop h5, g4, and he's gone on to attack this bishop on g6. Very interesting. And also, if black is not careful, h4 can be a big threat here. Guys, after every round, Leon will do some mimicry. By the way, he's taken on g6, and just when, you know, the h file opened up and there was a threat to, you know, somehow this could be taken advantage of, Leon puts his bishop on g2. Now look at this. Black has the center control. You see these 3 pawns here, these are all very strong, but white has 2 bishops. So what we have to see is how will Leon make use of these 2 bishops here. His opponent Archit Saigal has played the opening pretty decently, developing all the pieces and controlling the center. D3, Leon taking the hyper modern approach to not really fight for the center right now. He will develop all his pieces and then strike. Bishop e7, knight to d2, and maybe now he may go for the e4 break or the c4 break. I believe that c4 break. Oh, I think I should switch off this whistle sound. Sorry guys if that is disturbing a bit. I'll do it next in the next game. So knight to d2 and c4 can be the plan of Leon here. By the way, Archit taking a lot of time here. He's played his queen to d7. I believe queen e2, where you see how Leon is keeping his options open. He's not castling short right now. Even castle long looks slightly dangerous. He's keeping his queen in the center. I believe black should long castle because that is where the king will be well placed. But Archit needs to speed up. He cannot play so slow. He will lose on time here. He is 1 minute 30 seconds behind than Leon. Queen to e2. Wow, this is too slow. Come on, Archit, what are you doing? Maybe he wants a good position against a grandmaster. Oh, castles. This is risky chess. This is very risky chess. Because I think Leon goes g5. Okay, very interesting. And what if knight h5? I think he will go bishop to f3. This is what he's planning. Yeah, bishop f3 could be an idea. He plays h4 first. Yeah. First you need to save your pawn on g5 and then bishop f3 and take on h5. That's the plan. Rook e8. What about... Hey, now you have... No, not knight f4, ef4, ef4, but there's the bishop in between, so not really working out. Rook a d8. And long castles. d4. Takes here, and I think he's won a pawn at the very least and has a nice position here. g6, queen comes back. Knight can now jump to e... Ooh, he sacrificed a pawn, but that seems too much. You can just take with the knight. Why not? Yeah, he's taken it with the knight. I think Archit basically played too slow, and then he realized, oh my god, I was too slow there, and now there's too little time left. Leon may just come back with his knight and then play h5 later on. This is going to be very strong. Yeah, no need for any special effects here. Just h5, very well played. I was thinking if black can go knight b... Oh, queen exchange. I think you can just avoid it. Ah, you can take the knight, free knight there, and come back queen e4. Cool. So this is very simple. Takes on f2. Leon has to be careful not to play knight e4. Yeah, he gets queen c2 checkmated. I think he won't do that. Check on d5. Queen f7 and rook h8 check. Yes, Rook h8, and now rook h7. And you win the queen. Oh, he played bd4. Even better. Even better. Beautiful game. Nice, nice. Dominating performance, Leon.
Yeah.
That was a very cool win. I think your opponent took a lot of time overall.
I was not noticing the time actually.
Yeah, but I think after a point he got like, if he doesn't make his moves quickly, he would land up in a losing position. So time did play a role there. But your position was also very good. Let's quickly have a look at the game. This one has not too many points to discuss, but so you went for this b3 line. Is it something that you like playing?
Yeah, I like playing the bishops in the fianchetto position usually.
Bishop g4. And what about this g4 and knight d5?
It's I've seen this like from both sides, from black side and white side. To gain the bishop, we weaken the king side slightly, but it's not a big deal. Not a big deal of weakening.
And because you have this bishop now here, it's the position remains quite secure. And I liked how you were very how do you say it, solid here. You didn't break with c4 or e4 or anything, or f4. You just developed all your pieces first.
Yeah, c4 was an option, but it's becoming complicated already. Not now.
Yeah, because this square could get weak.
Yeah, maybe, but also d4, and then my bishop and knight are stuck.
You were saying e5 is not a good move?
Yes, because now it weakens the whole light squares in the king in the center. Maybe e6 somehow. Maybe g5 and e6.
E6 is a
something like that.
Got it. Yeah. So e5, d3, bishop e7, knight to d2, queen d7, queen e2.
So it's all fine. Now maybe black should try to get a long castle, not short castle, because short castle, because of my idea, it was not very good.
Yeah, long castle was much better. He went here. You immediately went ahead, h4, and now your threat was bishop f3 and take here.
Yeah.
I think he didn't have much to do against it. Yeah, could he have done f6 or something?
I'm not sure black has much to do actually. I just think it's a really bad position for black already now. Maybe instead of knight h5, knight h7, but still white's position is very good.
Yeah, this would be too passive after h4. So here, and you didn't take on h5 immediately, you long castled.
Yeah.
Because you can take that pawn on the next move as well, which you did.
Yeah.
And here I believe he could have... Oh, he sacrificed a pawn, which is interesting. Yeah, he wanted some play.
Yeah, it's a good try for a blitz game at least.
And now I think he could have gone knight b4.
Or rook c8 first. I'm not sure. Knight b4, a3, I guess. And you have to retreat.
So first rook c8, and maybe here you would have gone for a3?
a3, yeah, that's right. I don't think black can break through, and it should be winning for white.
Because b4 is met with a4, it's not easy to break through this position. Correct. So he went a5, h5, cool move, opening up, and he blundered a piece here. Rest was easy. I liked how you finished him off. Your check, you can't take here because of queen takes queen. He came here. I was thinking of rook h7, but you did it.
Yeah, that's better. The common motive actually, but here already at bishop takes d4.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well played, Leon. And before we move to the next game, as everyone in the chat is like, yes, we want one more mimicry from. So let's see.
I was thinking about Carsten Mueller or Dmitry Komarov. Whom should I do first?
Oh, you should not reveal it. You should not reveal it. They will guess it.
Oh, forgot. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Anyone?
Okay, I'll do somebody else, but I will not tell the name this time.
Yeah. Okay.
So this, I'll give you a clue in the beginning itself because it might not be very easy. This guy, this famous legend, I actually watched and listened on commentaries on the various tournaments that were happening on this web. Okay, I'll go. Now is a very important situation because now white has a very big decision to take on g6 and improve black's pawn structure, or to just keep our pawn structure bad. It's a very difficult question, big question now. I'm not sure what Magnus will do now. It's a very, very tough situation for him. It's difficult. What do you think, Tanya? What do you think he will do?
The end, Tanya gave it away.
Yeah, really?
Because he commentates with Tanya. But very nice, very nice. Everyone in the chat got it. Peter, Leko, well done, well done. I think it was very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautifully done. Yes, Peter Leko, legendary chess player, world championship finalists in 2004. And Leon, you do it so well. Is it like you listen to this commentary many times and then you get kind of, you don't practice it, but you just absorb it? Yeah, that's the thing.
I practice it in my mind. For some reason it happens, and then I can do it well. The main thing I think in the mimicry is you must like notice the keywords a certain person uses a lot. Like in commentaries, Peter Leko, he uses the word "the big question" a lot. Now the big question is whether white should take like that. Kramnik, for example, he uses the word "frankly" a lot. Frankly this, frankly that.
Okay.
So
Very good.
That's what I do basically.
So in your next game, I'm going to use the big question a lot when you play the third game. So all the best, Leon. By the way, guys, LLM67 is his ID, so you can challenge him if you are a premium member on ChessBase account. So let's see who Leon now takes on.
Okay, one second. Okay, I'll mute myself now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, the game has begun. And this time Leon is playing against Sibi. Oh, Sibi is his opponent, but Sibi has made a move d4 now. The big question is, what is Leon going to play? And Leon plays bishop to g7. Is he going c5? Will he take on c3? I don't think so. No, he goes for the Benoni. Guys, taking on c3 is not a great idea. I have already explained that before. This is a nice Benoni. I don't think it's one of Leon's main repertoire over there. He doesn't play Benoni very often, but we will see how he handles this. CB is a good player, I believe. Bishop g4. That's why h3 is much more accurate than first putting the bishop on d3. You prevent this idea. So what happens is, in the Benoni, black has less space. And if he gets rid of one of his piece, now knight d7, his position looks quite okay with this less space. That is why white first goes h3 and then removes his bishop from f1, so that in this exact position, there's a bishop still on c8. That's a very important point here. We'll confirm with Leon. Now the big question is, what is black going to do? Rook to e8. Nice. White has still very good position. I mean, it's not like Leon is better or something. It's just a complex situation where black has a majority on the queen side. Yeah, let me flip the board. Sorry, guys. That is a good point. Epsha Kashyap says it's called the Benoni because it's called the Benoni. Once I had done this commentary and I had said it's the Benoni because it is the Benoni. The main thing is that black has queenside majority here, while white has the central majority. So if white can activate his central pawns, he would be doing very well. But if he can't, and if black gets in b5, then black would be doing very well. So knight to e5 is a cool move. Bishop c2, good move by Sibi. Rook to c8. Leon looking for c4 move in this position. I think white should just move his bishop back and go for f4. Sorry for that sound. Oh, Karan Singh, magic in the chat. Welcome, Karan. Beautiful. Karan, thank you so much. By the way, I met him yesterday and it was such a pleasure to spend time with him and Suhani. Thank you so much, Karan, for being here. And well, if you're going to play with Leon, just make this. I would love if you play a game with Leon today. He's India's latest GM. And by the way, all those who do not know Karan Singh, he is one of India's top magicians. He calls himself psychological illusionist. Is that right? Yeah. By the way, knight to d7 was played, and now the bishop is looking at c3. So c4 pawn has been pushed, and now b4 looks natural. The game is heating up. Ooh, rook c1 doesn't look good, because now you can take on b3 and put your knight on c5. Yeah, this looks very, very good for black. Just see how he's taken control of all the dark squares in the position. The bishop looking here. Knight to d3. Now attacking this rook. Where can this rook go? Because if it moves away, the bishop will snap on c3. So the rook has to keep control. But if it goes to c2, there is already knight b4. Knight b4. I think Leon will. Oh, he takes on f4. And what's the plan? Take on a4. Nice. Chopping off a pawn. And also, if you take on a4, c2 is hanging for free there. I think Leon is winning. Benoni gone wrong for white. That is what happened. The big question is, when will Sibi resign now? Great game by Leon. Karan Singh says, Leon will destroy me. Not good for my confidence. But Karan, you can boast your entire life that you played with Leon when he becomes a future world championship candidate. Knight to c3, queen d2, take on e4. Yeah, and now I think Leon made a practical decision of just simplifying it. Next move, he has a rook for a bishop plus 2 extra pawns. That's 4 additional pawns in materially. I think that is game over, guys. And I think it's going to be very instructive post-game analysis where we will learn how to handle this position with white. Bishop to c4. And b5. bd3. I think check and exchange the queens. Yeah, queen. Oh, he played. Now queen e2. Does that work? I think it does. Queen e2. I think Leon will go for it. And look at the time, guys. Leon has just used 30 seconds. Check, king g7. Queen c3, I think f6. That should be good enough. If you give a check on c7, I go king h6. And then that's game over. Yeah. Oh, he gave first. He directly went there. Check b4. And now the pawn is queening over there. Take on f1. b3. b2. p1. Time for Sibi to resign. Big question is, whose mimicry is Leon going to do next? Oh, Leon is back. Leon, I tried to commentate like Leko, Peter, but not in his accent, but just with a big question. But I think you won this game quite easily. And I must tell you, Leon, right now watching you play is Karan Singh magic. He is one of India's top magicians, one of the best in India. And yesterday I met him and he did a trick with me which was unbelievable. I and Amruta met him in Mumbai, and I cannot even imagine how he did it with a chessboard. Yeah, he did that trick. So he's right now watching you play. I've asked him if he makes an account, maybe he will play a game with you, but he says it's not good for his confidence. Let's see. Let's see if he uses some magic and could beat you. But Leon, d4, g6, you played the Benoni. I was thinking, will you go for this bishop takes c3 line, which is very,
I had actually played that like 3 years ago, and I had a good result. And then I played it against some old guy, very old guy. I thought I'll win easily, but actually I lost badly. So I decided never to try it again.
Yeah, because I know f5. I have played this myself. It's called the Gingy Indian. And here a very good move for white is e4. That's how I remember the analysis goes. If he takes here, you play f3. And then all of a sudden, all of this is very weak. all the dark
yeah.
squares. So
Yeah,
Leon
yeah.
was like, okay, let me go to the Benoni, the son of sorrow. That's how you call it.
Yeah.
Take d6, knight f3, knight f6. And I think Leon, bishop d3 is not the most accurate, is it?
I'm not sure, but they go knight d2 and
Yes, this is one line. Also, h3 is another line, if I'm not wrong.
but h3 and then bishop d3.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
this was more accurate of the what happened in the game.
Because you didn't give him time. First of all, now you're threatening b5. So he had to
Yeah.
play a4. And now you immediately went bishop g4. Very cool. Very
Yeah.
smart.
I realized that if I just go castle, it will be h3 and then transposition, and I realized that I don't lose anything by playing bishop g4 now.
So my explanation to the chat was that black is kind of passive. So, has less space. So he would like to exchange one of his pieces. So bishop g4 is a very good thing to get in for you. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. And also in Benoni, if you can't exchange this, like it becomes a problem, the bishop on c8. You don't know actually where to put it.
Right. So castles, h3. Now you took knight d7, queen e2, rook e8. Very natural play. Knight e5. I like
Bishop f4. Bishop f4. I'm not sure is the best because of knight e5. Maybe you should have put the bishop on a better square, or just kept it there till something else happens.
But I also feel f4 is slightly weakening. No, like knight h5.
Yeah.
Then maybe bishop
yeah.
d4, queen h4.
I was thinking of like c4, bishop c4, knight e4 ideas. Not now maybe, but after rook c8 always. And anyways, f4 doesn't have a threat. So
Right.
always debate.
But I thought bishop f4 was okay. Like the thing is, here I felt he should have gone bishop h2 with the idea of f4, no?
Yeah. Yeah, probably I'll play c4 here.
C4, f4.
Knight d3.
And then later, if I take, queen takes d3, you will give a
Queen
check
b6 check. Yeah.
and pick up this guy.
Even if I don't have that option of taking the pawn, still knight d7, and I have just a very active position. Such plays bishop f, I think you just can't have an advantage like that.
So you are saying, oh, this you just play on the dark squares, you use this bishop, and nice, very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went b3. I think this was maybe the losing move, yeah, in some ways.
Yeah. But if you play like this against the Benoni, then you don't have much chance actually.
Knight d7, queen
Just
e3.
too weakening.
Yeah, now this c4 came in. I was expecting him to go b4 here.
Yeah, then knight d3.
Knight d3.
And actually, I'm winning material in any case, so it's kind of a sad position.
True, this is hanging, and if you take, now it unleashes two attacks, and it's very difficult to defend this.
Yeah.
So rook a c1, take on b3, knight c. Oh, what a beautiful position! Like, look at this, all complete dark square control here, and now you just finished him off. Very, very clinically done here. Take on e4, and in the end, yeah, this is well done, and you made a queen. Very cool, very cool. So before moving on now, Leon. Ashutosh S has sent a super chat saying congratulations to you and family Leon. Valor. Hashtag proud Goan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. So
What was that? Valor?
yeah, he's written VALOR. Is that some
Okay. It's my father says it's in Konkani. I don't know much of that actually.
nice. You know, a lot of people from Goa are very proud of what Leon has achieved. Of course, all Indians are proud, but especially a lot of your fans in Goa, I think, are very ecstatic. And you know, guys, Leon is still not planning to come back to India. He's just playing tournaments after tournaments. he may reach 2600 as well. You never know. You know, he may come back after that.
Yeah, who knows?
By the way, Kramnik student in the chat says, nice analysis. I'm learning to see a position in ways I haven't seen before. That is one of the aims of this Blitz challenge, guys, so that you get into the head of a top player, of a grandmaster, and how he thinks and how he makes his decisions so quickly. If you saw, Sibi had almost come to 0 on his time, and Leon had more than 2 minutes. So you learn how these players make such quick decisions. Okay, Leon, let's go. Don't reveal the name. We will guess.
Yeah. Okay. This was again in a commentary. So I cannot say anything more because it'll give too many clues.
Yeah.
So I'll just go. Now it's a very interesting position. Maybe white will play rook c1. Maybe. Who knows? Anand has a very good position. I think Carlsen's in big trouble. Rook c1 is what I think. Bishop f4. Oh, this I not expect. Bishop f4. Now, very difficult decision for Carlsen because very less time and very bad position. Maybe now knight b6. Who knows? Rook c6. But this is losing, no? Rook c6, knight d5, rook d6, knight b4. And white is winning. What is this Carlsen playing? Knight d5. Carlsen shaking his head. Carlsen blundered big time. Carlsen blunder. Oh, look at him shaking his head. It's a big blunder. Carlsen's big blunder. Anand very happy now. Yes, this is position lost now. Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if right now Dmitry Komarov was here, he would have thought, oh my God, is someone playing my video? Guys, this is Dmitry Komarov. If you remember, he came for a few minutes on the finals of the Super Juniors Cup on the last day. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he came there on the last day. He came for a few minutes, and do you know this? He has a plus score against both Kramnik and Gelfand who were there. So, you know.
Oh, wow.
Because they played many years ago. And he was, by the way, guys, a great chess coach. First, he had trained Nihal Sarin. Has he also taught you, Leon?
No.
So he taught Nihal, and he is a great commentator in World Blitz 2014. He single-handedly did the entire commentary, and he made chess so much fun and interesting. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. Like, it's non-stop commentary. Really a big
this was
entertainer.
This was the video I watched on YouTube of Carlsen versus Anand in the World Rapid Championship in Dubai 2014.
Yeah, brilliant and great memory of Leon. So Leon, let's go for the next game, shall we?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, who are you going to choose now? Let's go and see. By the way, Leon's ID is LLM67, guys. So if you want to challenge him, please.
Okay, I already chose somebody.
Sure. Vishwajit Singh is Leon's opponent, and there we go. Leon, they're playing with the white pieces this time. So I'm going to flip the board. He started with the English this time instead of knight f3, b3 that he played. This is going to be interesting. Let's see how Vishwajit plays. c6 has been played. And d4. Guys, this move is very interesting, d4, because if you take queen takes d4, the knight no longer has the c6 square. That's why he played d4. But Leon, his opponent immediately pushed forward with e4, and Leon is thinking here. Very interesting. What is Leon thinking? Bishop to g5, now threatening to take the pawn on e4. Have to be careful. How do you save? d5, but now take and take on f6. Maybe it just loses a pawn. He has to take with g pawn. But then his structure gets weakened up. Wow, so e4 was actually a mistake, it seems. Yes, d6. Let me try to commentate like Dmitry Komarov. Blunder. Big blunder now. Have to take with the pawn. If he takes with the queen, d5 pawn hanging. Leon here having a great position. He wants to put his knight on f4 next, putting more pressure on the d5 pawn. Rook goes to c1. Open file there. Bishop e6. Okay, let's get back to Sagar mode. Now, knight e2 or knight h3. Maybe both look okay. Leon plays bishop g2. I don't like this move so much. Knight b4, knight d3. Is that a possibility? Maybe a small lapse in concentration for Leon. Is it? Because knight b4, can Vishwajit spot it? Ooh, he doesn't play it. He doesn't play it. I liked somehow this knight coming from b4 to d3. Knight e2. Now if you go knight b4, knight d3, just castles. You know, that is the problem. NGE2. The main problem that black faces is the lack of breaks in this position, you know. H5, H4, he cannot break. F5, F4, he cannot. I mean, white is just going to put his knight here, put pressure over on d5 pawn. B4, B5 is going to come in. Doesn't look great. Also, you see, always Leon takes care of his time so well. He's always ahead on time. This time, ooh, b6. That looks weakening to me. That looks weakening. I guess queen a4 already. Queen a4 may be quite an interesting move. Yeah, okay, castles. Keeping it simple. You know, now the knight on... Why to play b6? Sachin Samant. By the way, Sachin Samant in the chat, who is the father of Aditya Samant, another big talent of Indian chess. And he says Lyndon does better mimicry of Komarov than Leon. Well, we will ask Lyndon then. Knight to f4. h4 has been played. I think Vishwajit Singh trying to get a bit of play on the king side. Doesn't look anything special, because you see, bishop h3 is a critical element to get any play rolling, and the knight controls that very well. Oh, and Leon takes on e6. Is it true? Did Leon take on e6? Not yet, not yet. I think he's thinking. I don't think taking on e6 is a good move, because you play fe6. I don't think Leon would do that. He may go queen a4 here. H4 thinking for his move here. Leon is... I think you don't really take on... You don't care much about this kingside attack. You just go queen a4, threatening stuff like knight takes d5, I believe. That's a good idea. Oh, he took? Really? Really? Why? What's the plan? Oh, is he going to take on e4 next? What? fe6. You know, mainly d5 was a weakness. So after fe6, that d5 weakness is gone. Why did Leon make this decision of taking on e6? To tell you the truth, I would have never done that. So this is a big learning for me as well, as to why and what is Vishwajit Singh thinking. Come on, Vishwajit, you need to take with the pawn. There's nothing else. Maybe he got disconnected. I'm not sure. But I really want to know why Leon took there. Oh, queen takes. No, come on. That's not good. Now queen a4 seems powerful. Or just knight takes e4 and d5. Also possible. Also possible was knight takes e4 and d5. Rook to c8. Okay. Yeah, time usually becomes a big factor now. H takes g3. Oh. You don't want to take with the f pawn because e3 would become weak. And now maybe rook takes c6 comes in. Or knight a7. Also fine. Rook c6, knight a7 was also possible. He first takes on a7. And there you see the game. Black's position is crumbling down now. c8 is hanging. Time is up. Oh, he takes on g3 as a final resort. I think Leon will just take that bishop. Yeah. And next. Time up. Time is up there. Leon, that was again a very, very clinical victory. Vishwajit Singh could not really give you a tough time there. But let me quickly put up the position on the board, the game on the board. I had one question there which really surprised me, your decision in the game, and I think a lot of us are going to learn from it. So you were playing with white. You opened with c4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, g3, c6, d4. Very interesting move, and I think if you take, the main point being the knight no longer can use the c6 square.
Yeah, actually, it's just reverse. The opening e4, c5, c3. I'm not sure exactly how it was. I think it was d5, e d5, queen d5, knight f3, g6 something, or d4, g6.
Yeah, this way, correct.
Just with a tempo up, with the knight on c6. In this case, f3, c3.
So that is why you went d4, and e4 seems like a mistake, right? Or is this theory?
No, I have no idea.
I know that e takes d4 is one of the main moves, and I also know d6 is one of the main moves in this position.
But this is certainly passive, yeah.
Yeah, but somehow they play it this way. But this move, I have not... I thought I have seen it, but your response, bishop g5, made me wonder, what is black going to do now?
No, actually, he d5 was, and he was not in real big trouble. I think instead of bishop g5, he should have played d5 or something like that. d5 instead of bishop g5.
You mean no?
Yeah, here d5 for me.
You think this is a better move?
Yeah, I think so.
But I thought you got a great position after bishop g5. No.
Double pawns are supposed to be bad, but actually, I think black shouldn't be in big trouble.
Really? Okay, let's look at this. d5 seems the only move, right, for black?
Yeah.
Take, e3, knight c6, rook c1, bishop e6. And I was a little bit surprised with this decision. What was your plan to knight b4?
Yeah, I just completely forgot about knight b4. It was terrible. I should have played knight g2 or something.
Yeah, because now I think you will have to come back, no?
Yeah.
Which might be very dangerous. So, okay, you went, he gave you this chance. Now knight e2, everything's back on track. b6, you castled.
No, b6 is not good. It just can't be good.
Yeah, no, b6 is not a good move. Yeah, it weakens his light squares terribly.
Maybe he should have started directly with h5 or f5 or bishop d6, any of these moves. Just stay normal.
True.
And it's not clear what I am also going to do about his double pawns. I can try f3, but f5, and yeah, black has to just stay on track.
So when he played b6, you castled h5, knight f4, h4. I was very surprised with this decision, knight takes e6. Why did you decide on that? I was thinking queen a4 maybe here.
It's very concrete actually, knight e6. My first idea was actually to knight into d5, any knight, I don't know.
Okay.
Knight into bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes. And I thought if there's some concrete way to win the piece, it should be good. I thought queen c2, but knight b4 and somehow...
yeah, if you play rook c8, then bishop e4 should be a good way, and then c6 is hanging. But then knight b4 is what Leon did not like here.
Yeah, I can maybe try bishop takes e4, but I wanted to avoid all this queen h5 ideas and all. I thought just knight e6 was pretty simple.
Okay. Yeah, I felt like after knight e6, fe6, maybe black has cemented his d5 weakness.
Yeah, but now my idea is knight e4.
Ooh, knight e4. Okay, and if take?
Bishop e4.
And if
rook c8 and queen a4.
Rook c8.
Queen a4.
Oh, it was very concrete, guys. That's what I said. Leon would have calculated something very concrete. There's no way to protect this knight. If you move it away somewhere, then
say like for example knight e7.
Yes, this looks like the only move.
Yeah, then rook c8 check, knight c8.
Smart. Let the viewers find this move of Leon.
Oh, okay.
By the way, SV Sibbi says, thanks for the game. You are such an inspiration for all of us to show how to use the opportunity in lockdown in a positive way. GMOP.
Thank you.
Sibbi
Thank you very much.
By the way, Sibbi is a programmer, and very, very passionate about chess. And he is very, was very happy to play with you today, Leon.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure.
Yes, everyone got the move bishop c6, fantastic, winning the queen, and this is all over. So queen.
The main idea is just about this opening my g2 bishop up. I was thinking about only those ideas.
True, guys. This is what grandmasters do very well. They are very concrete. Now queen a4.
Here also knight e4. There are many moves, I guess.
Yeah, I thought this was strong because you have d5, no, coming up.
Yeah.
But
I just didn't see this. Queen a4 I thought is much simpler.
Yeah, but also, yeah, this was completely winning. BD6, take on A7, and this was desperation. And his time ran out here, but positionally also he's gone. This is hanging, this is pinned. Great. Okay, Leon, before we move to the next game.
Seems like all of you are just waiting for this one.
No, everything is fun in this session. When you play, we enjoy. When you analyze the games, we enjoy. When the game is over and you're going to do a mimicry of someone, we enjoy. So it's one of the most enjoyable sessions we are having here.
Yeah.
Chat, do you agree? Look at this. Abhishek RS says mimicry time. Payal Madhur says mimicry. Everyone's waiting for this.
I thought the mimicry won't be very good because of the computer and how the voice comes, but turns out people are enjoying. So.
Yeah, absolutely. People are loving it. And guys, it's not like Leon just has this voice or accent. He even remembers some of the important words and quotes and all of it, which makes it very authentic.
Yeah. Okay, this time I am not supposed to tell the name.
Yeah.
I've watched. Okay, this is. It's one of the videos he has made. Let's say it like this. Okay. Yeah, I'll start. Welcome to Endgame Magic 154. Today our guest is Gukesh. So Gukesh, did you come to? This is his only question. So Gukesh, have you come to Hamburg only for the recording, or you had some other work too? No, I played in Grenke. Yes, correct. Grenke. Yes, correct. And you joined first. Yes. Congratulations. Yes. Okay. Today we will see Endgame. Game Luther versus anybody who knows.
Gukesh.
Gukesh, yeah. Luther versus Gukesh from the German Bundesliga 1994. Why?
1994.
Well. And then he just stays like this for 5 seconds, okay? So, Gukesh, have you got it or you're still thinking? No, I'm thinking. Okay. The real question is, what is important? What must be given the highest priority? Okay, I think I shall show the solution. Bishop e4. And he has that old style keyboard, so the sound actually happens on the keyboard in the video.
Yeah, bam.
Yeah. The bishop must be activated. That's the highest priority in the position. And now, of course, then he just starts banging. He just starts banging it ridiculously. And if black tries knight d4, then the pawn queens. White is winning. And the main line now, knight d5. So Gukesh, did you get the solution? Yeah, I was thinking about knight into e4, but I'm not exactly sure. Yes. Let the viewers also think. Don't.
The pause is amazing.
Yeah, he just stares at the screen with his hands like this, especially. And then like that, he just continues.
Wow, amazing. Guys, this is, as some of the people have said in the chat, this is Carsten Mueller, one of the legends of Endgame in the world. You know, there was Mark Dvoretsky, who was one of the biggest Endgame experts. And then everyone says right now, it is Carsten Mueller who has Some phenomenal work done on the endgame. He has, by the way, 14 DVDs on ChessBase. He's written some unbelievable books. One of his most famous books is Fundamental Chess Endgames and all of this. So, and he is so much into chess, Leon. He's so much into chess. He loves it so much. It's a fun.
I used to watch every video almost of his, like when I was 11, 12. Like
yes, and I think he has helped a lot of players improve their endgame. And brilliant mimicry. I'm sure Carsten will watch this at some point and enjoy it himself as well. And as Frederick says in the chat, perfect acting by him. By the way, he lives in Hamburg, and yeah, wonderful person. So Leon, shall we go to the next game?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So moving on, next game, who is Leon going to take on this time? Let's have a look. LLM 67 is his.
I've already chosen a game.
Sure.
I'll mute myself.
Yes. Oh, and Padmayesh gets another opportunity, guys. Padmayesh is lucky. Yes, he's played against Gukesh. He has played against Inian, I believe. He's also played against Elizabeth Pates and this time against Leon, and he plays very well. He's a young talent. Oh, what is this? B4 by Leon. Wow. Very interesting move. You know, I was thinking Leon would put his pawn on B3 for double fianchetto, but he plays it to B4. I like how Padmayesh has played this opening very well. He's developed all his pieces. Black looks to have a good position here. By the way, Pranav Patil says, I guess in India it has become mandatory for comedians to get FIDE rating. Sagar OP. Yes, Pranav, I'm sure they will all get their rating. And knight A4, fantastic move by Padmayesh, putting Leon under pressure. Where to move this bishop? Plays it to D4. Bishop to D4. I already like Black's position. This time it seems like Leon is definitely under some pressure. I remember on one of my Dr. Chess sessions, Padmayesh came in and we were discussing as to, what his main issue is. And he said, one of the main things he suffers from is lack of confidence when he plays these top players. Let's see how he fares against Leon today. Bishop C5, I think it's slightly soft in my opinion. I was thinking Queen E7 with the idea of E5 might have been better. Now Leon plays C4, but already I think Black has equalized in this opening. Bishop B7, Black's position looks good. Now knight takes D5, I believe, could be a good move. Yeah. Yes, White has the central pawns, but the Black knights are so active. Knight can jump to C3, Bishop B7, Rook C8, Queen E7, Rook D8. Black's pieces are very, very active. Leon played a similar line in Italy, says Sachin. Okay, we'll ask him after the game. Knight to C4 and now B5. Interesting. I was looking at Bishop B7 as a very normal way to develop, but B5 has been pushed. Now, where does this knight go? Also, Queen A5 check in the air, guys. Queen A5 check. And Leon cannot play Queen D2 easily because Knight B3 ideas as well. Ooh, Knight to E3. How about Knight C3 here? Knight C3, Queen D2, Queen A5. Doesn't look so good. Maybe just Bishop B7. Finish your development. Because Black has the queenside majority here. You see 2 pawns against 1. And also, position looks pretty good. Fe3, Bishop B7. Oh, he takes and he plays it there. Now Queen B6. Yes, looking at this pawn. Let's do it in Carsten Mueller sort of a tone. Black is having a great position here. No, I'm doing it like Komarov. I'm not good at it, guys. Not good at it. Rook A D8. And then now knight to A. I thought maybe rook C8 would have been better and this rook to D8. Because then you get this knight to C3. But anyway, let's look at what is Padmayesh's idea here. Rook B1. Also, Padmayesh has managed his time very well. If you look at Leon, definitely slightly under pressure. I don't like queen c6 so much. What's the plan? Queen to c1. Yeah, and now you would have loved your rook on c8. I think it's still time to correct your mistake and go rook c8. Just do it. Just do it, Padmash. I think there's nothing wrong in accepting. Ooh, e5? Maybe queen b2? No? Queen b2 attacks b5 and e5. That looks good. Does it? Yes, he plays queen b2. Maybe e4 now. But e4, knight e5. Yeah, now just take on b5. Isn't that a free pawn? Ugh. This should not be difficult now for Leon. It's just a free pawn, and also, you know, the queens will get exchanged, and e4. That's a cool move. That's a cool move. But you can just take on c6, bishop c6. He first goes knight d4. Okay. Okay, that's also a nice decision. Somehow, Padmash lost the thread of the game. Yeah, knight to d4, attacks the queen on c6. You can't really move the queen away. c5, knight would be hanging here. So you take here, but after takes, rook takes b5, it seems like white is better. Queen d6. How does white continue now? Maybe rook fc1. f7 is weakness. Yes, f7 is weak. He plays knight to f5. Looking at the queen. Also some ideas on the g7 square. Have to be careful there. Maybe queen f8. Go back. Oh, queen to e5. But d4? Has Padmash thought it through? What to do to d4? Ooh. That is over. That is over. Loses a piece. D takes c5. Yeah. That's gone. Game over. Piece down. I don't think you can survive this against Leon. But it was a tough fight. It was, I think, one of the toughest games for Leon. Didn't last that long, the pressure. But Padmash did put him under a lot of pressure. c6. Now rook c1. Just... Ooh, queen. Bishop was hanging. That's over. That is over. Yeah, Padmash resigns there. And Leon scores his 5th win today. He is on a roll. But Leon, you have to agree, this was the toughest of all. Or would you say so?
Just a second. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I was saying this was the toughest game until now today. Would you say so?
Yeah, maybe. I played the opening pathetically. Actually, it was terrible.
Yeah, let's quickly have a look at it. G3, knight f6, and I was like, oh, did he do a mouse slip or something? b4.
No, it's anyways a blitz game. Why not?
Did you play something similar in Italy? That's what Sachin Samant in the chat said. Have you played b4?
In Italy?
Yeah, in some game.
No, but I remember in 2019 I played like knight f3, d5, b4.
Knight f3, d5, b4. And what is the point? Like you just control c5 square?
Yeah, and bishop b2 controls e5 square. I just thought about that.
Okay, cool.
It worked out well because I won. Now I remember what you're talking about. In Italy, knight f3. My opponent played a6, and so I played b4.
What? a6?
Yeah.
Knight f3, a6 your opponent played?
Yeah.
And you played b4?
Yeah.
Very interesting opening.
I lost the game. That was such a sad part.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a very recent game, like just the last month or so?
Yeah, the one where I got my nom.
And who was your opponent?
Bernetsky Vitaly.
The Ukrainian GM. Yes.
He played well the first part of the game, but then when he was like much better, he messed it up completely. And I was winning, just completely winning. Then he was just bluffing the whole time, throwing pieces at my king, and I fell for it.
Mm, mm. Yeah, well, A6 is really very interesting. I mean, I'm not going to comment too much on that. But just to tell you guys, E4 A6 is how Tony Miles beat Anatoly Karpov. So it's not like totally crazy. E6. And I thought that somehow Padmaesh, by the way, this youngster has played with Gukesh in Blitz Challenge, with Inian, with Elizabeth Pates, everyone. Yeah, so he always gets to play and he gives a tough fight to everyone. Today as well, I liked how he got his knight to A4 and put
Yeah.
pressure on B2. And here maybe Queen E7 is what I thought, with the idea of E5. Is that good?
Yeah, yeah. I was worried about some. No, but here already I have C4 attacking A4.
Yes, and then Bishop D7.
Case CD5. Now knight C4. Not that bad for me, I guess.
You're still playing on. Yeah, like you, I was think maybe taking this would be bit too much. Queen B3.
Yeah,
perhaps.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
But what happened in the game was fine, I guess.
he played decently.
Not the most accurate, but was okay for a blitz game.
Yeah, knight C4, B5. Okay, very interesting. He went
so
here.
Somewhere here I messed up badly. It was just a bad position for me.
Right, right. Queen B6, cool move. King H1. And now I didn't like this rook A8. I thought the rook belongs on C8.
Yeah, rook A8 even I didn't like a lot. I guess black's plan should be basically to get A5 and B4. So maybe directly A5.
You mean you did? I thought black's plan should be knight A4 and knight C3. Does that also make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. But you have to defend the knight after that because I'll try to attack it.
Yeah, rook C8 and that way. But you are right. I mean, why to wait? You have a majority here. You can start pushing it already. So this was not the best. And then Queen C1. And here, I said like he should correct his mistake and put his rook back, but he went E5. And now,
It's not the right way to play in the center because in the center I have most of my pieces. In the queen side I have nothing.
True.
And you have a majority, so black should have played on the queen side.
And now this is hanging, this is hanging, and
here already I'm winning up on, so I'm better.
Yeah, after this, I guess he should have gone E4 maybe, but then you have knight D4, right?
Yeah. Anyways, I win up on because he can't take AD3 also.
So take E4, and yeah, this was now over. D4 came in. I guess Queen F8 was his last chance, but
still D4.
Still D4, attacking the knight, and then this is true. Nice win. And before moving on to the final game of the day, Leon, is there anyone left?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to. Okay,
don't reveal. Okay.
I saw this video on YouTube. It's a very strong player. Okay. Everybody knows it.
Okay.
And he is in fact imitating another strong player.
Okay, so you're going to do a mimicry of a mimicry.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll call the strong player who's doing the mimicry A, and the person who he is mimicking B. Okay.
So the chat has to guess both A and B.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they'll guess B, but I'll give you a clue. He's from India.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
A is from India or B is from India?
B is from India.
Okay.
Here I go. So A is saying, before he starts the mimicry, he's telling us that this is an interviewer. He's pretending to be an interviewer asking B questions, and this is how B replies. I won't say B's name directly. I'll call him just B, okay?
Okay.
So B, how's your game today? Good. So where do you think your show us through the game? Where do you think your opponent went wrong? Instead of knight e5, he should have played bishop b4. Oh, and you think that he could have held on there? Yes. So do you think you have num chances with this win? Yes. Oh, that's good. So what are you planning to do on the rest day? I don't know. Prepare maybe. Oh, okay. That's good. So tell us, what do you do usually before game? Prepare. And for how long? 4 hours. And do you do anything else other than that? Eat, sleep.
This is deja vu. This is deja vu.
And then the last. Oh, thank you very much for your time and best of luck. Thank you.
The entire chat got it. The entire chat got it. A is Anish Giri. B is Praggnanandhaa. And if there was a C, who is the interviewer? It's me.
Wait. What? You are the interviewer?
Yes, I was interviewing Prag.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
just thought you were doing some random interview.
No. Aeroflot Open. There is this video on ChessBase India. That was Praggnanandha's second IM norm. He made his first IM norm in France. And then he came there to Aeroflot. And there he made his second IM norm back to back. And I was asking these questions. And Prag was, he was standing there. His mom was behind me. And he was looking at his mom. And his mom was like, smile, you have to answer. And Prag was like, okay. It was a funny interview. And then Anish picked it up from there. So that's why I said it was.
That reminds me also when you were interviewing us at the first Kramnik camp in Switzerland. You interviewed us all some questions, and Prag's most of the answers are I don't know.
I don't know.
I like how at the end of the video you made a collection of I don't knows.
Yeah, I don't know. But okay. Now when I interview Prag, I tell him there are not more than 5 I don't knows. Yeah, in this interview. So he's like, okay.
By the way, this is my Airbnb host, Lev.
Oh, hello.
Hello to all of you who watch this.
He's a very passionate chess enthusiast, and he reads a lot of chess books and.
Wow.
Yeah, Lev, I'm just the host enjoying here, nothing else.
I must tell you, Lev, you must take some advice from Leon on how to become a strong chess player. He's the latest Grandmaster of India.
Yeah, I heard all about it, and I will try my chances with him. Play some game.
Don't play with him. Learn from him and then beat all your friends. That is a good idea.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, but thank you so much for hosting him. Right now, Leon is one of the most sought after. People are looking at his games and everything from India because he's the only active player right now who is playing at a top level. Everyone else is in the lockdown in India. So we are very much happy that Leon is in Venice right now and you're taking great care of him. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm also happy to host him,
Yeah, thank you.
It is my pleasure.
Yeah, see you then.
See you.
Okay, so Leon, now last game of the day. Let's see whom you choose.
Yeah, 1 second.
Mohit Nikam says Leon was supposed to come on 7th. What happened? Well, right now change in plans. Leon is still going to play a few more events. We'll ask him which are those after this game ends. But let's see whom he chooses now. Next opponent. The game has begun and Leon has chosen Suash 45.
I'll mute myself now.
Sure. And this time Suash opens with e4 and Leon plays g6. Okay, very interesting. Doesn't go for the Sicilian Najdorf. He plays the modern system. And now a6, Tiger's modern. There's this player called Tiger Hillar Persson from Sweden who played a6 all his life. This move. And that's why it's called the Tiger's modern and knight f6. Now we are in some kind of a perk territory with the knight on f6. Perks or perk as they say, and bishop g4. I like how Leon treats these positions. Yeah, when less space, he goes to g4, exchanges on f3, and it's a very good idea. Now just next move, I think he will go knight to c6, first take on f3, knight c6, and he plays e5. Maybe knight c6 was also possible. e5, take. Suyash playing very, very positionally. Suyash is like, okay, if I get a draw with Leon, I'm happy. So he plays bishop to g5. Take on f6, and now he takes with the queen. Wow. Wow, Leon is okay to go into an endgame here. The position is around equal. Knight to d5. Now take the queen. Pawn takes. And rook c8. Then there's knight e7. Oh, interesting move by Suash. What does Leon do? Or can we do queen f3, gf3, c6, but then there is knight c7 or knight b6. Oh, he comes back to d8 because he wants to go c6 next. Smart. But now rook a d1 or rook f d1. Now c6. Let's push him away first. Yeah, knight goes back and then he will just go queen e7. Knight e3, maybe queen e7, because bishop takes a6 is a threat in this position. Yeah, just improving the queen's position. Let's see if Suash is able to make use of this good position. I think a5, very good move. Knight c4, knight b6, knight d6. These are good ideas. Knight c4. Rook a d8 and c3. I like White's position here, by the way, guys, because somehow this d6 square is weak. But look, he's made a luft for his bishop on h6. Now the bishop can move out from here. b4 by White. The game is heating up. Pawn to c5. Oh, and look at this cool move by Suash. I think Suash is a good player. Very strong. Maybe knight f6 now to stop knight d5. That seems important. But knight f6, bishop c4. Okay, you have to look after your b3 pawn, b4 pawn as well. b5 takes, bishop takes, b5. This is not going to be an easy game for Leon. Black is fighting hard here. White is fighting hard. Knight to c4 back. Maybe knight d5 wasn't so silly, right? To get a passed pawn there. Yeah, king g7. Queen to e2. Yeah, once again, knight b6, bishop c4. And h4. I think Leon is looking for knight h5, knight f4. That seems to be his plan. White has to be careful now. Shouldn't get too... Ooh, queen e1. Not in the spirit, guys. Not in the spirit. I think knight h5. Oh, he goes bishop f4. Knight e3. I think he will take it. He will take that knight. Because then the imbalance is in black's favor. Don't you think so? Take on e3. If pawn takes knight h5, knight g3. If you take with the queen, maybe still knight h5. Let's see if Leon decides that or not. I would have taken it. Yeah, by the way, today, knight h5, now knight f4, queen g5. This seems like a good idea now. Oh, e4 pawn was hanging there? Maybe. I missed it. Bishop d5. But I like that bishop on d5 is powerful, and also the knight on f4. Rook a8. Look, attacking the a5 pawn. Pawn to c4. Now Leon plays this, and you can see Leon is down on time. Suash has 2 minutes, threatening a mate on g2. So have to be careful. Queen to f3. b7 is weak. Whoa, Leon under pressure. He takes on d5. Pawn takes. b7 still hanging. Will this be the first win for Leon's opponents today? Usually grandmasters are great defenders. So queen to e7, defending b7. How should white continue? Maybe d6? No, he first plays queen e4. Very level-headed play. Rook to c8. Threatening f5 now. Maybe next move. Or rook b4. White should play rook b4. Yes, and c4 pawn is hanging. f5 now. Queen is attacked. Queen e2. Yeah, queen e2. Still c4 under pressure. To c7. Wow. d6. Oh, rook b6. Now he's threatening d6. White is playing beautifully here. Now rook to e6. Oh, e5 pawn is gone. I think Leon missed this move. Leon has missed it. Queen takes e5 is hanging. Look at him. He sees it. Oh, he's plundered the rook. And another rook. Maybe. This is over. Queen c1. I don't think there's any perpetual here. Wow, Suash has managed to beat Leon here, it seems. The king is on the run. h4 and it's a checkmate. Wow. Leon, how was that game? I can't hear you somehow.
My opponent played really well.
Yeah, oh, nice. What a great spirit, Leon. After the game, I thought you would say, oh, I made this mistake. But first thing that comes out of his mouth is my opponent played very well. Suyash, if you are in the chat, please let us know what's your name. I'm sure he was very strong. He was... where did it go wrong, Leon? Let me pull up the board. 1 second.
Maybe I should have not played c5.
Weakening the d5 square. Just a second.
I just completely missed knight e3. I thought the knight is stuck on c4 only.
Yeah, just bringing the board here. Suyash 45 against Leon, and you played this. You didn't go for your knight off. I think you wanted to play different setups. So here, Tiger's Modern. This is known as.
Yeah. He's an expert.
A4. And now everyone in the chat says I'm Suyash, I am Suyash. You know, that's how it goes. You can't find the real Suyash now. Bishop d3, castles, bishop g4. So it all looked pretty fine here. I thought knight c6 might be also a possible move. Because if d5, then you have knight e5.
And then, and if bishop e3, then maybe you can just go knight b4 in the future. That's always a square.
Yeah, this one. Or also now e5 and then here maybe this. And I think black is doing fine.
Even knight d7 is interesting.
You mean after knight c6, bishop e3, e5? Just go knight e7?
No, instead of e5, knight d7.
Putting pressure here. True. Dark square play, as you did in that Benoni game. So e5, take. And I thought here maybe bishop takes was a better move, perhaps.
Yeah, I didn't think he would play knight d5 to allow queen f3, but maybe it was possible to play queen takes f3. But I thought queen f6, bishop f6, knight d5, bishop d8.
Yeah, that would have been fine because next move you kick it away with c6. Yeah. But knight d5, I thought, would you take here? Was that possible or it didn't look good?
Yeah, it should be possible. But I was not sure to protect now because C6. I didn't want c6, knight b6 like that.
And the rook is very weird on a. Like he goes a5. And
if I can't chase the knight away, then my rook is trapped for him.
True. So this is not a good idea. So therefore queen d8 seemed good. Logical, rook d1, c6. Knight went to e3 back.
Now maybe I should have played a5 because there's no...
Oh, this is a cool move. I was saying that a6 pawn is hanging, so he must move the queen. But then when you moved the queen, white immediately got a5, which was a cool move. So a5 here, now I think your position is okay. But still...
I wanted to play it, but for some reason I thought bishop will move and attack. But now I see that no good attack will be.
But I think if knight c4, you can just go queen c7, no? Now and then knight d7.
Yeah. And then knight a6 or
knight a6, yeah.
This is completely fine for me. Even in the game, I was like just maybe slightly worse. Not a big deal.
Yeah, here I think you had a good position. H5 was a good idea. B4 and now yeah, C5 maybe a little too soon. Yeah, here.
Yeah, I hurried with this. I should have played bishop h6 or bishop h6. Yeah.
So C5, knight E3, cool move by Suyash. Looking at the D5 square, so you had to play your knight here. And now B5, take, bishop H6, knight to C4. Yeah, I was expecting him to go here and then go into
But
this
now already it allows counterplay because
E4.
E4 and E3. I'm better maybe.
Yeah, here you get a good position. So knight to C4, king G7, queen E2, H4, and I liked how you got this position here. Did you consider taking the pawn on E4?
But now knight d5, no?
Yeah, knight D5.
Yeah, this I'm losing a material here. And in any case, I don't want to take that pawn.
Yes, so this was a good move by you. Queen takes and knight
I'm not
takes.
exactly sure because now knight versus bishop, I have to be careful because I have like too many weak spawns. So it was a difficult decision, but still.
Yeah, I thought the knight is doing really well on F4, but so is his bishop on D5. It's a great
Yeah.
piece. I like
Yeah,
how
I'm lost.
Suyash maneuvered his bishop back to D5 square. Rook D7, Rook B1, Rook A8,
Yeah, this is
C4.
bad.
Yeah, just trying for some counter play here. Queen G5, he defended. You took Queen E7. I thought the position is maybe the main problem here is not just that both sides have weak pawns everywhere, but the king is safer, yeah, on White's king. That's the main thing.
And more active pieces, more active rooks.
More active rooks.
So I have to go rook c1 here, rook c8.
Rook C8, Rook B4, F5, Queen E2, Rook C7. And yeah, now this was a very cool move. Rook B6,
Yeah.
threatening D6 and Rook E6. I think this is already lost.
Yeah, it's lost here.
And
Not sure exactly where was the major mistake. But
yeah, it's very difficult to say. I think Suyash played well. And well, that's the thing, guys. When you try, when you play, it's possible to lose also. And I think one thing which we should all learn from Leon here is his way in which he takes the losses as well. Great players don't always win their games. They always learn. And I think, Leon, that has been your approach in the last 8-9 months. You are always learning, always improving, and I'm sure this was also a great experience for you. 6 games, 5 wins, 1 loss. Yeah, the ChessBase account subscribers also get something to be happy about. Yeah, one win to take home.
yeah.
But Leon, where are you playing next now?
Now I'm not sure. There's no tournament happening, but I'm gonna prepare for my school exams.
School exams. So there are no tournaments right now, yes?
No.
And the school exams will be online?
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's online.
Cool. So that is very good. And you will be going from Venice to now which place?
Budapest. We are heading for Budapest.
Oh, Budapest. Cool. Awesome. It's like your second home in Europe.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have messaged Frederick if you would like to join now, and he will join in to just say a hi to you and as well as Lyndon. It would be very nice to have. Lyndon, I could hear you laughing when Leon was doing his mimicry.
I always enjoy his mimicry, Sagar, and I was honestly enjoying it more because he knows there's a huge audience, and I'm happy that he doesn't have any kind of stage fright.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sachin Samant was in the chat, and he said, Lyndon does better Komarov mimicry than Leon.
It's a chip of the old block, I'll put it that way.
Can we get a glimpse of that? Or
No, Sagar is Sachin is a very good family friend, and he has always been very close. So I feel very comfortable doing it with him.
Correct, correct. Yeah, sure. By the way, while you are here, look whom we have right now joining in.
Ah,
Oh,
Fred.
just a
Wow.
second. Let me
Amazing.
make it full screen. Hello, Frederick.
Hi, can you hear me?
Very well, very
Hi.
well.
Hi, Fred.
Leon,
Loud and clear.
congratulations and thank you for
Thank,
doing this.
thank you very much, Fred.
I must first of all tell the viewers, all those who are not aware, Frederick is one of the legends in the field of chess, co-founder of ChessBase, and has been working tirelessly for chess since last 3 decades, over 3 decades now. And great players like Vishy Gary Kasparov, Nigel Short, Judith Polgar, you name it, have grown up at his place in Hamburg. So, Frederick, an honor to have you here. And I think one player who would love to come to your place is Leon at some point.
Well,
In fact, last time he told me, you know what he said? I would like to do something what Fred has done. It's something called linguistics. And he's saying, I think I have a knack for linguistics. So that was what he loves. So Fred comes on a daily basis. He either is mimicking Fred or he's telling me this is what Fred would have thought, Fred would have said. So it's like, probably I sometimes feel Fred would have done more justice than what I'm doing to Leon.
Frederick, did you like Leon's mimicry of you?
it was yes, yes. This was he's unbelievable in these things. Let me tell you a little bit about Leon. I met him in France, and then I met him in Chennai, and he's a very active, mischievous, funny boy. And I kept telling him, you're just like my grandson Enders, who's 7 years old, yeah? Same level and so on.
You said Hennes actually.
Hennes, yeah? No,
Even younger, younger.
He's
to
even
Enders.
younger, yeah. Exactly, very active and so on. But there's one big difference between them, because after he was noisy and naughty and so on, Kramnik would arrive, and then he would go to him and say, the line yesterday on move 17, why can't I just play bing, 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 bing? He'll dictate 12 moves. And Kramnik, world champion, will look at the ceiling and think and say, yeah, but what happens if black plays this? And this kid, this 13-year-old kid says, well, then I play this. He says, okay, that's interesting. Very good. This is Leon. It was a lot of fun. And I've offered his father, if he ever wants to come and stay with us, I'll adopt him or something.
Yeah. By the way, where Frederick is right now, I have visited several times to his place, and the first time when I went to his house and I stayed in his one of the bedrooms upstairs, he said, Sagar, you're going to sleep in the same bed where Anand, Kasparov, and all these great players are. And when I entered that room, I was like, wow, this is like heaven. Yeah. So many great players have been. So it's amazing. And Frederick, when you met Leon in January, he was just an IM at that point, and he was he didn't have any GM norms. He was around 2400 rated, and now he's a GM, made all his norms, 2540 elo. Amazing, yeah, what he's managed to achieve in the last year.
Absolutely. I just don't understand how because he's a perfectly normal, entertaining young boy, but he has this one ability, which is spectacular.
Yeah, tenacity, I would say, is the word that describes Leon the best. And it's been wonderful having you. And also, I think one of the things which really lifted Leon's spirits in these last few months is meeting Judith Polgar, which happened because of Frederick put both of them in touch. I think Leon Linden, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was really inspirational, and I really Had a good time meeting Judith.
Yeah, how did you think of it, Fred?
Well, he was stuck in Budapest, and they write to me and say, "We're stuck in Budapest." And I have a very good friend whom I've known since she was about 8 or 9 years old, Judy. And so I wrote to Judy and said, "Go contact them." And they got together in a park, and then in in her home and their Airbnb, and it was lovely.
Yeah, it was great pictures there, and also Lyndon baked a beautiful cake for Judith. Lyndon, how's the cooking going on?
Amazing. Sagar, I'm learning something new every day. Like, for me, every place is inspiring. Right now, we are in Venice, so it's Venetian cuisine that really inspires me. And Leon is always my guinea pig. So he gets to experiment on all of my experiments, really. So right now I'm basically doing a lot of pizzas, pastas, and stuff like that. And he, of course, he enjoys the cuisine. He loves all these pestos and bolognese sauces with it. So he's enjoying himself.
Wow.
So yesterday I treated him to some lovely gelato, which we don't really, the best of gelato, which you get here in Venice, and he really enjoyed himself.
Did you make the gelato?
No. I wish I knew.
I'm sure if you had some more days there, you would have learnt it. And
no, but yesterday the host Lev over here, he cooked for us an amazing Italian pasta, which was a seafood pasta, and it was really amazing with crabs and prawns, and it really took us back home because seafood for us being from Goa, it really brought memories back home. So today I cooked him a lovely Indian curry, a chicken curry, which he thoroughly enjoyed with some basmati rice.
Wow.
We are like both of us exchanging everywhere we go. So the same with Judith. Judith loves Indian cuisine. She loves different cuisines, and I was experimenting. So for me, when I discuss cuisine, whoever it is, Leon discusses chess with whoever it is. Now this Airbnb host, Lev, is so inspired. He said, "I can't wait tomorrow. I'm going to buy a chess set and play against a grandmaster."
Wow. This is phenomenal. And also talking about cuisines, I think Fred, a lot of viewers would not know it, but Frederick was born in India and in Lonavala, and
my mother was half Portuguese, half Indian, so I have contacts with Goa and things.
Yes, and also he loves Indian cuisine. And one of the reasons for that, as Leon just mentioned in his mimicry, was because Vishy Anand came to Frederick's home around a few, like 35 years ago. And since then, I think, Frederick, you started to love Indian cuisine as well.
Yes, of course, since childhood. And my father was German, and he lived in Bombay, and he had a factory there. And he couldn't eat Indian food, so we had a Goan cook, who learned how to make all the German dishes so that my father could survive. And by the way, Lyndon, when you come over to visit us and stay here, maybe in 2024 or something, when the pandemic is over, then you have to make sarpatal.
Of course, it would be an honor and a pleasure.
What is sarpatal?
Yeah, you don't know, do you?
No, I don't.
One of the Goan delicacies. Of course, Goan cuisine is there is a lot of Portuguese influence in it. So I think what the Portuguese did was they took the best of Indian cuisine and they kind of gelled it with Portuguese, with European continental cuisine, and what they brought out was magic. So today, if you look at Goa as tourism, as a tourism hotspot, like even Indians, they love to come to Goa because of the cuisine, more because of the cuisine.
Yeah, yes.
True. By the way, Frederick, before we end this stream for today, you saw Leon playing, and you also interacted with him. You have also interacted with some of the greatest players in the past. What is your forecast of Leon? Like, from what you have seen, of course, not everything you would say would turn out to be true or that, but just what are your thoughts on Leon as a chess player?
Well, I'm really surprised what's happening in India. India invented the game, and then they became nothing. It was absolutely bare. And then Vishy won the world championship and became a chess god. And suddenly they're springing up all over the place, 13, 14, 15-year-old grandmasters. And I have predicted that in the next years, at some stage, there will be 3 Indians in the top 10 at least. And if you're asking, now I'm thinking maybe 4. And if you don't believe me, I'll tell you their names right now. And I think 50% of all tournament players in the world will be Indian in 10 years from now. So, and Leon is now the next one who I'm predicting will probably be among the top 10. He has to work and really concentrate on it. But I think his father's doing a great job making it possible for him.
Yeah. He has a brilliant system around him. His father, he has Vishnu as a trainer, a lot of enthusiasm for playing a lot of tournaments. Frederick, if I became a GM, I would have gone back home already. But Leon is like, still hungry for more, to play more events. It's amazing.
And his father gives up his job or whatever he was doing before then, and spends a whole year looking after the child. And I told him, I'm proud of him because he's doing something. He sees that his son has a talent. His son is better at something than he will ever be, and I will ever be at anything. So we have to just look after him and just foster this talent.
Isn't this what Henrik Carlsen did at some point? So this is how champions are made.
Yeah, of course. You have to, when you see you have a Mozart in your family, you don't say, okay, but I have no time for him. Let me continue with my bookkeeping or whatever. No, you give him every opportunity and encouragement you can.
True.
No, I would also like to say that Leon probably is born at the right place at the right time. He's doing chess at the right time, more because, the opportunities he's had right from meeting all legends. And one is, of course, Judith Polgar, thanks to Frederick, but having training sessions with Kramnik, with Gelfand, these are like dreams which probably no chess kid would ever foresee that, they would be doing this. So doing this at this early age and getting all this exposure, getting coverage from ChessBase India, having a coach like Vishnu Prasanna, I couldn't have asked for anything better, really. So he's basically at the right place at the right time, I would put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but taking all these opportunities has been tremendous. And one thing, Leon, I want to ask you is, you call Frederick Fred, but it didn't start off that way, right? What is the story of that?
It was in France, actually. I used to always call him Sir, Fred Sir, or something like that.
And Uncle.
Uncle, I'm not sure, but Sir for sure. And you said that you couldn't talk to me if I continued calling you Sir, so I had to stop.
And Frederick,
I started calling him Baba.
Leon Baba. I think Frederick, you did the same with Hari Krishna as well, right?
Hari Krishna spent half a year trying to call me Freddy Uncle. And then he gave up because I made his life miserable.
So Frederick has this thing where, he's in India, usually when you meet elders, you want to give them respect and you call them either sir or uncle, or you put something behind their name. But Frederick says, call me Fred, call me Frederick, and that's the way it is. And that's how it's always a bit uncomfortable at the start, but then it starts becoming very, very nice. Now it's very comfortable, right, Leon?
Yeah, very Fred. I can say it.
Yeah.
I would call him Fred the Pied Piper, because whenever you see Fred, there's a huge crowd around him.
Yes.
and mostly it's kids, but then, you see all age groups, because he's got that innate quality that kind of attracts people to him, to whatever he says. And you just have to just be there and listen to him. That's it.
Yeah, he has all these mathematical puzzles and all these logical quizzes which kids enjoy. I remember at the Kramnik camp, which took place in France, Fred came in the evening, and then he started giving these kids all these logical puzzles, and it went all through the night. And next day, when Kramnik was about to arrive, these kids were like solving. Oh, if I have 2 rupee coins, what should I pay? And all of this. And then Kramnik was like, okay, now time for chess. But then Frederick asked such questions that even Kramnik started giving logical puzzles during that session. So it was great fun. Fred, do you have a logical quiz for our viewers so that they can then solve it and post the answers in the comments if they would like to solve it?
Okay, I can give you one. Just a second. Let me get back to my Zoom meeting.
Is
Okay,
it the train
this is
riddle?
here. Yes. Do you know the train riddle?
I read your mail, but I haven't.
Did you solve it?
He hasn't solved it. I don't know it. I'm sure the chat
Okay.
doesn't know it.
Leon will give it to you. Now, there's a train riddle, which I just asked, I put it in, but now all the 2,500 plus grandmasters in the world are trying to solve it. And I'm so amazed that nobody is able to do it.
Okay.
It's a very simple riddle, or just a problem, which is trains have a sort of it's called a pantograph. This is a little bow connector which goes up to the wire above the train to get electricity. You know that, yeah?
Yes.
And the question is, I was standing with Anish Giri exactly 10 years ago. He was your age, Leon, 14 years old. He'd just become a grandmaster. And we were looking at this, and I said, Anish, why is it going to the left and to the right and so on? Why doesn't the wire go straight, like just above the tracks? And he couldn't figure it out. And 10 years later, he didn't know the answer yet. And everyone's trying to find out. There's a reason why it goes from the left to the right, to the left, to the right, and not in a straight line. Why?
You mean
Come on, Leon.
the rod which connects the...
No, the wire itself. The wire.
the wire keeps moving.
It's strung up in a way that it goes zigzag over the tracks. And the pantograph goes up and takes the electricity from the wire.
Very good
Why
question.
does it go zigzag?
Yeah.
Is it true that?
Come on, Leon.
No, it's you're saying you're asking why is it a zigzag and why it's just not straight, right?
It doesn't go in a straight line down the tracks. It goes a little to the left, little to the right, little to the left, little to the right.
Okay.
And the question is why? And the answer, I've given it to a quantum physicist and a mathematics professor and the smartest people in the world, and they come up with all kinds of answers. They say maybe it's the vibration or the contraction and expansion in winter and summer and so on. No, there's a very simple reason why it has to go a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. Okay.
So we have in the chat Jacob Thomas who says friction. Sutirth Reddy says to avoid friction. Ojashvi says also friction. Ayush Singh says reception padding shouldn't burn out. I'm sure these are not the answers, but
I'm sure that's not simple at least.
Yeah, it's very close.
It's close. It's close. Okay.
I'm going to tell you the answer because I've published it. It's in my report, my solutions. Should I tell you? It's very simple. If it was straight like this, it would just cut through the pantograph in 1 mile or so, because it's all going on one part of the pantograph. It has to go back and forth. Otherwise, it just cuts through it.
Chaffing. Oh.
To avoid chaffing.
Okay.
Is that simple, Leon?
Yeah, kind of.
Cool. So I mean, everyone
then
in the chat was kind of correct. Yeah, like
Yeah,
It's
kind of
sim-
correct.
It's similar to we were walking in Budapest near the river Danube, and there were like bollards with cables like for the ships to dock so that we can tie them up, and on those ropes they would put something underneath, cardboard piece or something like that, so that it doesn't cut through the marble of the to avoid chaffing basically.
Yeah, with the wire, which is in a straight line and moving, you can cut through concrete or marble or stone or granite. And if the train wire was like that, it would just cut through the pantograph. So it has to go back and forth, back and forth. And the answer, friction, is also good. I asked Vishy Anand, and he came up with friction, and then we worked it out. Yeah, friction means that it'll have friction in one place all the time. It'll cut a little groove, and then it'll cut through it. And
Anik Roy, Fred says, to reduce friction very much, bring friction coefficient below a certain level, and choosing a suitable static lift force can suppress or eliminate the contact loss between the pantograph and the catenary.
Okay, he's an engineer, and 2 or 3 engineers solved it immediately. I gave it to one engineer, and he looked at me and said, I said, why does it go zigzag? And he said, but that's so obvious. What a silly question. It's like, why do they have staircases in houses so you can get to the first floor? It's such a simple question. But the others, the quantum physicist says it's about vibration up and down or something like that.
Very cool. Very cool. So this was a very nice question, and I think, guys, please check out Frederick's blog. It's called, he has it on Medium. If you I'll put the link in the description here in this video. Also, it's called Friedel Chronicles, and he has over 100 articles written about his life, his experiences, all very exciting. Fred, around 100 or is it more than that?
No, 170, I think,
now.
Wow. And there are 13 articles on logic, because I'm teaching kids. I have 2 grandchildren. I'm teaching them logic, and it's to try and convince parents to do the same with kids, because when they get logical problems, and I started on Ender's 6th birthday, he got his first logical problem, which he didn't even understand what I was doing. I telling him a story, and then I stop, and he says, how does it go on? I said, no, you have to answer this. And he became such an expert at solving these problems. He's superb now. And he became very affectionate because he enjoyed it. They love to use their brains. So what I'm doing in these problems, my column is called Magic of Logic in the Medium Friedel Chronicles, is to try and teach parents how to engage their kids with logic.
Yeah, and I've put in the link in the chat, so guys, do check that out. Follow him there. There are some beautiful articles, and I'm pestering Frederick since a long time to write a book on this for kids, and I think he's going ahead with it. He's thinking about it. Well, if you...
No, I have 10% of it finished.
Oh, you already begun. And fantastic. So, guys, you can also, if you would like to write to him, you can write here in the chat, in the comment section, as to how you found it. And it was an absolute pleasure having you here, Frederick. And
thank you.
Also, Leon, Lyndon, I wish you guys a very safe travel in Europe, because, you guys, till you are there, we are enjoying your chess a lot. So please keep playing, Leon, and waiting for your safe return to India whenever you find it comfortable. Yeah, don't hurry up whenever you would like to come back soon.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing this today. It was great fun, the Blitz challenge.
Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Leon.
Thank you.
By the way,
one second. Before we end the stream, I wanted to ask you, Sagar, I remember during April or May, you had published 2 articles of Fred's meeting with the legends like Kasparov, Karpov, Koshnay, all of them. And part 1 and part 2 you had published. And then at the end of part 2 video, you said you'll publish the part 3 with Judith and
Yes.
Kramnik and a few others. But that never came out, right?
I will do that. I'll do that soon.
See?
The only issue
he forced me to do these interviews. He was looking after me in India, and he said, now as in return for looking after me all over the place for everything, you have to sit down here. And I was on the wrong side of the camera, and he did all these interviews.
I'll do that. And by the way, Shiva Sai Gunda says, thanks, Fred, for all the great work. So, yeah, absolutely. Some great
Thank
articles
you,
published all over, nearly 2 decades. You can check that out on chessbase.com. And once again, thank you guys for being here. See you soon.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Sagar.
Bye.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Fred.
Bye.
See you. Guys, that was a great Blitz challenge. 6 games by Leon, 5 wins for him. And at the very end, Suash, I don't know what his real name is, comes in, plays a great game, beats Leon. Was a great session. We learned so much from this entire session. I hope you liked it as well. Consider becoming a premium member on ChessBase account so that you can play the subsequent Blitz challenges. We are doing it almost in a few days every now and then. I'll try to make it a regular feature so that all of you can play. And what a great end it was with Frederick joining in. It was so nice to have him. Just a random guy says, Sagar bhai, mera article bhi bhool gaye, just like my ex forgot about me. No, just a random guy, not forgotten. I have been working on it. It's already in the CMS. So I need some pictures, And random guy has just sent an article on how he quit smoking because of chess. So I need to put some, because you see, he doesn't reveal his identity. So at the end of the day, I have to get creative and put some things in. It will take some time, but it'll be out. But it has been a great fun having all of you here. Thank you for following, and I will see you soon tomorrow. And in the subsequent streams, we will do a lot of things. Coming up is the classic series, the traps, the slow and steady with Biswa, and a lot of other things that will be happening throughout the day. And also a vlog. I think this is the first vlog with Karan Singh Magic and Suhani Shah. I met them yesterday in Mumbai. It was wonderful meeting the two brilliant minds, I must say. And I'll reveal a small thing here. They actually surprised me with their magic and mentalism on a chessboard. I should have actually spoken to Frederick about it, because he used to work in this skeptic society. And he used to travel with a very well-known magician called James Randi. And that's how they would debunk so many mysteries out there, like all these saintly people who would do magic tricks and all, and they would say that we have powers of God, and the magician would say, hey, this is how you did the trick and all of it. And yesterday it was so cool to see Karan and Suhani do those tricks on me and Amruta. So wait for that vlog which comes out, and chess is involved in that. We also made them play chess against each other, so that was also very nice. I will the question is, when is your I Am Not a GM match? I think it will be on the 31st of January, and I'm working towards it. Even all the streams that I'm doing these days are without an engine. So even today when I was commentating on Leon's games, it was without an engine, and I was trying to think, I was trying to put my head around it. So that's my way of trying to improve at chess. I think when you want to do something, you will have to make certain changes there, and that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully I can play well. Until then, guys, take care. Bye bye and see you.